introduce the next speaker and panel members. It's Mr. Deepesh Nanda. He is the CEO of GE Gas Power South Asia, and he has been responsible for GE's business in countries such as India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal, and the Asia level. He leads strategic initiatives to providing high efficient, reliable and fast powering solutions to the areas that need them the most. Mr. Nanda has more than 2 decades of experience in the energy sector and plays a significant role in developing growth strategies and finding solutions to bring electricity to the far-flung geographies of Asia. His experience in building infrastructure projects is contributing towards the next phase of energy transformation in the region. So please, Mr. Nanda, let us hear a little bit about your perspective.
Thank you, Mr. Peterson. It's my pleasure and honor to be on this panel. I try to use a PowerPoint presentation to make a few opening comments. Share my screen. Okay. As India is marching ahead to achieve renewable energy targets in the current decade, the journey entails several transition phases that need to be treaded in a highly concerted and highly coordinated manner. It's important for us to take logical steps to navigate smoothly through the energy transition while keeping opportunities, challenges, and resources we have. I believe that technology will continue to play a critical role in paving the path towards low to zero carbon energy future, and companies like GE that offer innovative technology solutions to generate and supply reliable, sustainable, and affordable power for the masses can contribute significantly to develop a more resilient future. While we talk about inclusion of hydrogen into the energy mix in India and transforming the nation into hydrogen hub for the world, it's also important to assess milestones we must achieve in the journey. For instance, if we talk about hydrogen production, there are several ways in which it can be done. Methane reforming is among the most prevalent options available today, while technology that uses electrolysis of water is still expensive, continues to evolve. Existing and future gas power plants can be decarbonized to avoid CO2 lock-in by using hydrogen as a fuel or employing carbon capture. One method to reduce CO2 emissions from gas turbines is to mix hydrogen with natural gas. Replacing natural gas with hydrogen eliminates all power plant carbon emissions. GE's gas turbine technology and the fleet experience can be utilized. GE as a company is uniquely positioned to address this transition into using hydrogen in gas turbines as a fuel. According to a latest MECOR report, which is a report that captures database on installed base of gas turbines globally, GE has more experience of running gas turbines on hydrogen than any other OEM. We have over 75 gas turbines already supported with hydrogen associated with around the world, with concentrations of hydrogen that range from 5 to 95%. And out here I'd like to mention that we have gas turbines installed at the Reliance Jamnagar facility where we burn more than 40% hydrogen as we speak. On this topic, as we look to hydrogen playing a versatile role, it's equally important that we look at the other sectors such as transport, residential, industrial power, etc. Therefore, we must take into account and cognizance the different sectors utilizing hydrogen may require different models and policy frameworks. Policy framework is to reduce power sector CO2 emissions, and to support those policies, there are a few things that we need and we recommend. One, measure the incentive reductions in power sector carbon intensity, tons of CO2 per megawatt, with an emphasis on both near-term actions that drive the greatest reductions sooner and a longer-term vision of ambitious CO2 reductions leading to deep decarbonization by 2050. The next Be transparent and predictable in allowing lifecycle economics to drive investment decisions, factoring in the cost of carbon in some form versus generic mandates picking one technology over the other. And lastly, establish market structures. Establish market structures that value energy flexibility and dependable capacity separately to encourage the optimal mix of technologies that are complementary in nature, provide energy security, and drive the greatest carbon reductions in an affordable and practical. With that, I'll hand it back over to Mr. Peterson.
For this introduction and GE views on how they can participate in this transition. And it's interesting to see how you are, looking at the different sectors and how your company can participate in this change that we all agree that have to happen. So let me go fast over to the last